Hello, hello. This is the LEGO City Arctic Air Transport set from the 2018 Arctic Exploration sub-theme. A lot of folks have asked me to review this one in particular. So let me start out with the biggest thing, the quadcopter. This is a bit of a forward-looking design, as I don't think anything quite like this exists in real life at this sort of scale just yet. At least not successful and commercially available. It's just about the size that I expected it to be from looking at the pictures, but I actually like the design of the struts here a little bit better than I thought. They have recolored these angled plate pieces, modified plate pieces, into orange, and they sandwich those from above and from beneath to create a nice little structure there. And they also offset the rear rotors vertically just a little bit, so these pass over. You can choose how you want to line these rotors up. I just alternated their position from one to the next as you go around. So this one would spin this way, this one would spin this way, this one spins this way, this one spins this way. But I think in the instructions they have you putting them all the same direction. Just figure out how you want to do that yourself. I think in the real world it would make the most sense to have them alternating, but we've used this particular specialized cockpit canopy piece many times up to now. Here we have it in orange, and the orange and the dark blue go together pretty well. This looks pretty slick from the sides. They use just a few stickers, with this one and this one here being the most important to get that nice smooth transition there. You do want to put this sticker as far down and to the left or down and to the rear as possible, and this one as far up and to the front as possible to eliminate any blue gap around there. But overall, I think this thing looks pretty good. I like the V-shaped tail back there, and these surfaces have stickers on either side. You can bring these up if you want. Gives it a slightly different look. We've got skids here, and you see a hook hanging out from the bottom. I originally thought that this knob here was going to rotate all of the rotors, but these are just free floating. This just, or free spinning. This just operates the winch, and it's just a very simple mechanism. It allows you to pick up anything that would fit into a normal Lego hook. You've gotten this piece many times. As for interior space, there's very little of it, unfortunately. Very little usable space inside of this thing. So for the most part, what you see from the outside is what you get and what you can use. There's a cockpit that holds a single person there, and they have a printed control panel in front, no control sticks, and that's just it. There's no storage space back here. None of this is usable space. It's hollow back here, but it's not usable. It's not designed to be opened up easily. So that's really it. You kind of finish with the features of this a little bit more quickly than expected, perhaps. I like the overall design, but I do wish that you could do a little bit more with it. As it is, it's intended just with this set to pick up this build here. Now this is an ice block that is holding on to an ancient saber-tooth cat that has been perfectly preserved there. This is just the simplest build, but again, as with other sets from this line, I think this little build here looks pretty good for what it is. This one's really simple, but there's the little hoop to grab with the hook, and I guess you just take this back to base before you crack it open to get the animal out, which is perfectly fine. It makes a lot more sense to carry all of this back to someplace where more care can be taken to very carefully extract the animal. But pull that out, you just take off one single piece and the animal just comes straight out. We've already seen this previously, but I'll show you it again. It's a new mold for the head there, and it just has the same articulation as other Lego big cats, with the head being able to go up and down, and also the rear legs are able to rotate forward and back with the built-in tail there, and that allows you to put this into a reared up position. So if you want to think of this as coming to life for some reason, you certainly can, and you're encouraged to. I mean, those eyes are open, so if you want to put that kind of into your your fanciful play, you can. A couple studs on the top. You can make a minifig ride it if you want. You can add a saddle to it. You can make it carry cargo, whatever you want to do. I think that LEGO did a pretty decent job with this, and I think the color scheme is pretty nice with the medium nougat and then the printing done in dark brown. The last major feature of the set is this Arctic ATV, so it just has oversized tires to get good traction and to be able to go over ice and snow and rough terrain well. This is a printed piece rather than a sticker here on the front. They have been doing one single piece like that in every city sub-theme, or most of the city sub-themes, for a while now. This is a simple build, but I like it. A little bit of studs on the side construction for the front, just enough. It has some character. I like how low the figure is able to sit there, and it has several attachments on the back for minifig accessories. It comes with those three there with the circular saw and the two ice picks, so figures can get down and do some prep work to get the ice block ready for transport out. Here are those two figures up close, and they do use the same legs between them. There's no print on the hip pieces, but obviously the torsos are different. That lighter blue color is dark azure, and it's a very striking color, one of the more striking colors in the LEGO palette, I believe, right now, and also one of the newest to be added. And I think it looks pretty good. The guy on the left actually has a hoodie that you see is actually down right now. Too bad there's no alternate face for that guy. It would have been good to get a proper human face for him. No alternate face for the lady either, but their main faces I think are appropriate enough. The guy on the left is intended to be wearing a balaclava with a pair of goggles over that. So here we are almost at the end of the video already, which is surprising to me, but then again, the set only comes with 277 pieces, so I guess it shouldn't be too complex. I like the design of the aircraft. I do wish there was some usable cargo space in there. The mechanism for the winch only takes up, just a small little sliver of it, and there's not a lot of structure inside either. It's very hollow, so it's too bad that you couldn't make use of that, but probably with a little bit of customization, freeing up some of the stuff on the top would allow you to get easier access in there. This little build is good. This build here is fine, as simple as it is. I think the whole thing looks pretty good. It's just not very complex, that's all. But it really comes down to whether you like what you see. And one thing that I don't like that I see is the price in the US, which seems a little bit excessive. So price to part ratio wise, it looks bad. I think it doesn't look as bad when I actually see the volume of stuff that you get here. This vehicle is fairly large. The aircraft there does use some fairly large pieces, so I think the value is not too bad, but definitely could have been better, and it looks like it's much better in other countries. But I think I showed you everything there is to see about this one, so I will just move on to the next video and talk to you then. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.